we're going to dive into the fundamental concepts that you as a business owner need to understand. The difference between profit and cash, because there is a difference, a huge difference. Yeah, you need to understand that. And can you still be profitable and fail as a business? We'll look at that. We get into that. Why cash is king. We delve into why is it better to be profitable or cash rich? Because that's a conundrum that a lot of small businesses have. Yeah. Is it good to be too successful too quickly? What's the impacts of that? Understanding the cash cycle, it's important. But not a lot of people talk about the cash cycle. But you as a business owner need to understand it. You need to really understand the cash cycle in your business. And in doing so, you get a grip. You get a total grip of cash management within your company. And then we look at some quick wins to immediately implement that will gain you more cash. Module 2, we look at cash budgeting and the difference between cash budgeting and forecasting. They're not the same. One leads to another. In fact, what we do is we actually look at budgeting, how to put a budget together, turn that budget into a cash budget, and then turn that budget or use that budget to turn it into a cash forecast exercise, and then one is needed for the other, right? And we delve into that in detail. You get to understand your numbers. The numbers in your business normally fall into 4 main categories: revenue, materials, operating costs or overheads, and your capital expenditure. And we look at the short and long-term impacts of those numbers within your business and how to manage them in a cash perspective, right? Then what we do in module 3, it becomes good fun. We start to build the budget together. So we build a cash budget and then a cash forecast. Now, a lot of people, when I've worked with them one-on-one, have said, why do I need a cash budget? And well, I just put a budget together because we go into the concepts of accounting that are fundamental in a business when you put together a profit and loss account. And then we turn that, you create a budget under those concepts, but then we turn that into a cash budget so you can see in advance. You understand in advance, right, when you're doing your budget, where your potential cash issues are going to be. And then what we do is we use that and the historical data through the year to develop a cash forecast. They're 2 totally different things. And we compare the 2 in something called variance analysis. So we look at that and why it's important. And we build that down to its component parts, and we tweak the forecast. We look at how we tweak your forecast going forward. We look at the issues that you may have, and we really go in deep, and we make it as simple as possible so you get to see it and how to put it together. And then in module 4, we look at the tools that you can use to develop a cash forecast. And how to manage cash. Is it dedicated software? There is dedicated software out there. Is it good? Is it value for money? We look at some of the big ones that are on the market and whether you should spring for something like that. Is it maybe more comfortable for you? Or we can look at Excel, which is super effective in managing cash flow forecasting. And we look at how we pull those together, what shortcuts we use, what formatting we use. I don't know if you're conversant in Excel, but we go into it in a very simple manner in order to create very effective, simple cash flow models. And then finally in module 5, we look at cash generating super tips for AR, accounts receivable, accounts payable management, how to manage your materials effectively. We look at loan financing, the different loan financing options that you have, and also debt factoring, and that's another way that you can generate cash. Yeah. So those are the 5 modules that we have in the course.
gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?